They're telling you it's over. If you spend 5 minutes on YouTube or on Twitter right now, the headlines are all the same. Affiliate marketing is dead. The gurus say Google is a graveyard, AI has killed the beginner, and unless you have a 50k ad budget, you're basically invisible. But while the self-proclaimed experts were busy writing the obituary for this industry, I was busy looking at the actual data. I found a specific corner of the market, a niche so boring that most creators wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. And yet, the high ticket commissions in this space just spiked by 400% in the last quarter. I'm Tristan Carter, and if you're new here, I'm the guy that helps people take back their freedom, ditch the soul-crushing 9-to-5, and build an income that works from anywhere in the world. I don't care about trends or viral hacks, I care about conversion gaps. The place where people are ready to buy, but nobody is showing up to sell yet. Today, I'm going undercover. I'm going to investigate this dead niche to see if beginners can still make $1,000 a week starting today, or if we're chasing a ghost. So why is everyone saying it's dead? Well, it's because they're using the 2023 playbook in a 2026 world. They're spamming AI-generated blogs that Google's new authority filter ignores completely, and they're posting generic how-to videos that the AI-powered search engines are already summarizing for the user, meaning they have no reason to even watch the video. Think about it, why would someone click your affiliate link for a top 10 laptops list when the AI search bar already gave them the answer? You aren't losing to AI, you're losing to redundancy. So in this investigation, I'm going to show you the human layer, the one thing that AI can't replicate. I'm going to show you why the big players are actually fleeing this niche. And it's not because it's empty, but it's because they can't automate the trust required to win here. They want you to think it's dead so you stop competing with them while they quietly bank the high ticket commissions. Now I want you to have the exact tools needed to close these conversion gaps alongside me in this video. So I've put together my free affiliate starter pack. It's helped thousands of people get their start in the industry, and I'm giving it to you completely free so you can start building real momentum today. Inside it, you're getting the lead capture funnel template to launch your first funnel in under an hour, a 5-email plug and play sequence ready for you to customize and deploy, and my quick start traffic sheet, which gives you over 15 ways to get eyes on your offer without spending a penny on ads. I've also included 7 days of content prompts to help you stay consistent on social media, my money link setup guide so your bio is actually optimized for clicks, and a conversion mindset primer to help you start thinking like a closer from day one. You can grab the whole pack from the link in the description. Also, while you're there, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because in a world of AI generated noise, this channel is the one place for real help that will actually move the needle. So if you're tired of all the misinformation and you're ready to see how the money is actually moving in 2026, then you're in the right place. Okay, so back to the video. To solve this case, we're using the Desperation Index. The best way to explain this would be that TV detectives look for a motive, but we look for buying intent. Most people pick a niche because they like the topic. That's a hobby. We pick a niche because there's a group of people with a problem so painful, they're effectively shouting into the void of the internet for a solution. I found 3 evidence samples on Reddit and Quora that prove this niche is alive. In a moment, I'm going to show you the screen, and we're going to use AI, not to write content, but to act as our private eye, to find the exact words these buyers are using. If you can mirror their language, then you don't have to sell anything to them. You just have to show up. To catch a killer, detectives look for a motive. But to catch a commission in 2026, we look for desperation. Most people start their affiliate journey by looking at top selling products on platforms like Amazon or ClickBank. That is the quickest way to go broke. By the time a product is on a top seller list, the market is already saturated with 10,000 other affiliates all screaming the same message. So we're going to do the opposite. We're going to find people who have a problem so specific and so painful that they're currently searching for a solution that doesn't exist in a neat top 10 list. We're looking for the conversion gap. In this investigation, we're focusing on a goldmine the gurus abandoned: small business survival tech. These are the boring business owners who are terrified that AI is going to eat their livelihood, but their current tech is stuck in 2015. Okay, let's pull up the private eye interface. Now I'm dropping this prompt into my AI. Here I'm just using GPT 5.2, so it'll be something that most of you will already be familiar with. It's not a custom built GPT, it's just the standard one. Okay, the prompt is, act as my forensic market researcher. Scan the top 10 most recent threads in the small business and solopreneur subreddits. Identify 3 reoccurring questions where users are expressing high frustration about their current software or manual process. Rank these by the Desperation Index, 1 to 10, based on the emotional intensity of the comments. Now we just sit back and watch what happens. This will take a moment, so I'll speed it up. Most people think AI is just for writing blog posts or asking questions, and it can work great for that. But what AI does really well is processing human emotion at scale. While the average affiliate is out there trying to rank for a generic keyword like best business software, our private eye just found a thread where a new business owner is literally devastated. They finally landed their first client after months of grinding, but their payment processor just blocked the transaction. They're stuck in a verification loop. They can't pay their own bills and they're panicking because they need a working workflow right now. That right there, that's not just a niche, that's a crime scene. And you're the first responder. You're able to swoop in and rescue them. Now look at the screen. This is the Desperation Index's heads-up display. On a scale of 1 to 10, a 1 is someone who's looking for entertainment. They're browsing things like best sci-fi movies. There is no money there because they're not buyers. But a 10 is someone whose business is failing, or like in this case, someone who can't collect the money that they've already earned. They aren't just browsing, they're actively hunting for a solution. So let's look at evidence sample A. This is that thread that AI found in a solopreneur community. The tone here isn't just annoyed, it's acute pain. They're using words like wrecked, tight, and urgent. In 2026, the algorithm is smart, but it's also cold. It can't feel the pain in a user's voice, but you can. The Desperation Index on this thread is a 9.2. Why? Well, because there's an immediate financial shock. Every hour they don't have a solution, they risk losing that client forever. This is a conversion gap. The big gurus aren't here because they can't automate a response to this specific messy problem. They want clean, easy niches, but we want the messy ones because that's where the high ticket commissions live. So here is the secret the 9 to 5 world doesn't want you to know. There is an invisible audience hiding in plain sight. These are the people who have been buried by the big tools or blocked by the simple options like PayPal, and they're looking for a bridge to safety. When you find a thread like Sample A, you don't go in there and drop an affiliate link. That is what a bot does, and in 2026, if you drop a raw link in a high tension thread, you'll be banned in minutes because you look like a vulture. Instead, you use the human layer. You acknowledge the pain first. This is why I included a 1-page conversion mindset primer in your starter pack. Rule 4 in that guide is sell with belief. If you don't believe that you're solving that person's payment crisis, then you will fail. But if you show up as the person who has the case file on a reliable, free to start invoicing workflow that won't block their funds, then you aren't a salesman. You're a hero. So stop thinking about search volume and start thinking about intent volume. Google might tell you that a keyword only gets 500 searches a month. The gurus will tell you completely ignore that because it's far too small. They want keywords with 50,000 searches a month. But I'd rather have 500 people with a Desperation Index of 9 than 50,000 people with a Desperation Index of 2. The 50,000 people, they're window shoppers. But the 500 people, they have their credit cards on their desk and they are ready to buy right now. In your quick start traffic sheet, I show you exactly how to find these 500 people on platforms like Facebook groups and Reddit. So you don't need to go out there and make a viral video just to make your first $1,000. You just have to be the most helpful person in a room of 500 desperate people. This is the investigation mindset. You're looking for the motive and you're looking for the gap. Next, I'm going to show you the forensic evidence of why most AI content is actually making these people more frustrated and how you can use that to your advantage. But before we move on, I need to show you the biggest trap that I spotted during this investigation, the one that will get your account flagged before you even make your first penny. While doing your research, if you look closely at the threads, you'll see bot behavior. People just dropping raw affiliate links to random payment softwares. But in 2026, that doesn't just look like a scammer, it looks like a threat to the community. So if you drop a raw link to a software like Stripe or a CRM, the authority filters on these platforms will bury your comment and the users will ignore you. And this is where most beginners die. They have the right solution, but the wrong structure completely. So next up, I'm going to show you the EEAT Split-Screen. I'm going to show you exactly why raw links are being shadow banned by the 2026 AI search engines and the 3-second fix that changes everything. And we're going to use the money link setup guide from your pack to turn that suspicious link into a bridge of trust. So if you haven't grabbed that pack yet, then do it now. It's in the description below because we're about to get into the technical human layer and you'll need that lead capture funnel template to see how we actually turn a desperate comment into a long-term lead. Okay, so we found the crime scene. Those desperate business owners whose payment processors are failing them. And we found the motive. The urgent need to protect their first client after months of grinding away. Now we have to look at why most people trying to solve this problem are going to fail. So to do that, we need to have a look at the weapon of mass redundancy, low effort AI. In 2026, the internet is flooded. Everyone has access to high-level language models and 99% of people are using them to do the exact same thing, spamming the world with generic how to start a business content. If you go to a business owner who's currently panicking because they can't collect a $2,000 payment and you give them a generic top 5 tips for financial success blog post, they aren't going to thank you, they're going to block you immediately. This is the AI trap. Most affiliates think that because AI can write perfectly, that it can also sell effectively, but it can't. In fact, in 2026, the search engines have developed what I call the authority filter. It's a digital bloodhound that looks for redundant information. So if your content doesn't have a human layer to it, then it doesn't just rank low, it's practically invisible. It's shadow banned by default. On screen now is the EEAT Split-Screen. On the left, we have the bot version. Look at the text. It's grammatically perfect, it's organized, but it's completely hollow. It says things like, it's important to maintain a professional relationship with your clients. That is what I call chocolate covered broccoli. It looks like information, but it has zero nutritional value for someone that's actually in a crisis. This side lacks experience and it lacks trust. Now look at the right. This is the authority version. Notice the difference? This side doesn't lead with 5 tips. It leads with the Desperation Index evidence. It mentions the specific struggle of the person who had their account shut down, and it uses the private eye data that we found earlier to mirror the exact language of the victim. The 2026 search engines, and more importantly, the humans, don't want information. They want conclusions. They want to know that a human being actually looked at the problem and provided a specific high-intent solution. One side is a lecture and the other side is a desperately needed lifeline. So to bridge this gap, you need a safe zone for your leads. If you take a person who is in a high-tension financial state and you dump them directly into a corporate sales page, then you're going to lose them instantly. You look like a vulture circling a corpse. This is why I use the lead capture funnel template inside your starter pack. In 2026, speed beats perfection every single time. So if you spend 3 weeks building a perfect website, then the conversion gap that you found earlier will be closed by somebody else. Look at step 1 of the template, the opt-in page. Notice the headline that I've laid out for you? It's designed to speak directly to the forensic evidence that we already found. Instead of buy this software, it's the emergency payment workflow for solopreneurs. By offering a solution to their 9 out of 10 paying first, you're building what Google calls EEAT, experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. You are becoming a trusted resource before you ever ask for a sale. This funnel is your detective's office. This is where you bring the leads to give them the help that they actually need. Now, here is the secret to scaling this today without burning out. We are using AI, but we're using it as a collaborator, not a replacement. That's really important. So I want you to go and open the plug and play affiliate email sequence that's in your pack. And if I let AI write these emails from scratch, then they would be flagged as spam within the hour. But look at email 2, why most people fail. This is where we apply the human layer. So instead of letting AI guess what to say, you feed it the Reddit evidence that we found earlier. You tell the AI, I am a solution provider, rewrite this email template to speak to a person whose first client payment just failed. Mention that I found a specific workflow that bypasses the verification loops of the big processors. And suddenly, that generic template becomes a heat-seeking missile. It's personal, it's relevant, and most importantly, it's helpful. This is how you win in 2026. You use the AI to do the heavy lifting of the writing while you provide the forensic insight and the human touch. Now finally, we have to talk about the final piece of evidence, the link. This is where 90% of beginners get caught and banned. If you look at the money link setup guide in your pack, you'll see that we never ever use raw links. A raw link looks like a tracking device. It looks like you're trying to profit from someone's pain. A money link looks like a resource. In the guide, I show you how to frame this with call to action language that focuses on the results and not the products. When that desperate business owner clicks your link, they shouldn't feel like they're being sold, they should feel like they're being rescued. That is the conversion mindset. That is why page 1 of that mindset primer is so important. It's about showing up to serve and not to sell. Because when you can show up as a pro, people can feel it. So we have the niche, the boring payment crisis. We have the audience, the 9 out of 10 desperation group, and we have the structure, the Canva funnel, and the money link. But a detective's office is useless if nobody walks through the door. So how do we get that first 1,000 visitors to our funnel today without spending a single dollar on ads? And how do we walk into the middle of these high tension conversations without getting kicked out? Well, next up, I'm going to reveal the traffic hijack method. I'm going to show you exactly how I use the quick start traffic cheat sheet to find these specific people on TikTok and Facebook and pull them into my funnel while everyone else is still shouting into the void. We have the crime scene, we have the forensic tools, but now we face the biggest hurdle in the 2026 landscape, and that's the noise. Every single day, the people in our high desperation niche, those small business owners struggling with payment failures and missed leads, are being bombarded with ads. Their inbox is a graveyard of emails like "Buy my AI bot." If you walk into their world and shout, "Look at me, I can help you," they will shut you out. So to close that gap, we aren't going to market to them, we're going to use the traffic hijack method. Most people think you need 100,000 followers to make this work, but that is the old school guru lie. In 2026, the algorithm doesn't care about your follower count, it cares about your context. If you can provide the right solution in the right context, you can hijack the attention of a massive community even if you have 0 followers. So let's look at the first strategy from your quick start traffic cheat sheet, the niche group stakeout. I'm opening a Facebook group for solopreneurs. I'm looking for a post like the one that we found earlier with someone panicking because they can't afford the big name CRM or their invoicing tool just crashed. Most affiliates see this and think, great, a lead, and they drop their link. Don't do that. That's how you get banned or just straight up ignored. Instead, we apply the human layer. The bot says, check out this tool, it's great, and drops a link. But someone with authority says, I saw your post about the invoicing crash. That happened to a client of mine last month and it's a total nightmare. I actually put together a quick workflow that uses a more stable bridge so you don't lose that client. Happy to send it over if you need a fix. You're offering a case file. You're offering the emergency workflow that we talked about earlier. And when they reply and say, yes, please, that is when you move them to the DMs and you send them a clean branded link to your bridge page. They aren't clicking a sales pitch, they're clicking a rescue mission. But what if you want to scale this faster? What if you want to reach thousands of people while you sleep? Well, that's where short form video comes in. I want you to pull out your 7 days of plug and play content prompts. Look at day 1, the hook and the curiosity. The prompt says most people completely miss this when they start niche, and it's exactly why they struggle. In 2026, we don't just read this script, we investigate it. I'm going to film a quick 30-second video right now using this prompt. Most business owners think their payment processor is safe until they land their first big client. But I just found a thread where a solopreneur lost $2,000 because of a simple verification loop. I've put together a free pack to show you the stable workflow that I use to avoid this. Link in bio. By using the viral hook formats from the traffic cheat sheet, you're tapping into the 9 out of 10 desperation level of everyone else who is secretly worried about the same problem. This way, you aren't begging for views, you're providing a public service announcement to the people who need it the most. This is how we solve the problem for the invisible audience. These are the people who are lurking in the background. They don't comment, they don't like the post, but they are desperately looking for a way out of their current 9 to 5 or their failing business tech. When you use the human layer in your comments and in your videos, you're signaling to the lurkers that you are a pro. So I want you to look at the 1-page conversion mindset primer again and look at rule 2. You show up like a pro. Every post, every DM, every link must be intentional. People in 2026 can smell desperation from a mile off. If you look like you're just chasing a commission, they will run from you. But if you look like you're chasing a solution, then they will follow you anywhere. This is the breakthrough. When you stop being a salesman and start being a forensic authority, the conversion gap closes itself. The audience stops being invisible and starts showing up in your email list. Finally, we don't want to work forever, and we want our investigation to keep paying us for months and months. So on the last page of your quick start traffic cheat sheet, I talk about YouTube Shorts. This is the evergreen secret. Take that short video that we just filmed and repost it as a YouTube short. Why? Well, because YouTube is a search engine, and when that business owner wakes up at 3 a.m. 3 months from now and searches, "Why is my payment processor blocked?" your video is the one that shows up. So you've built a 24/7 detective that is out there finding desperate buyers even while you're sleeping. This isn't about going viral, it's about digital real estate. Every video you post using these prompts is a piece of property that you own in the conversion gap. So let's do one more live demonstration. I'm going to use the day 4 value bomb prompt from your pack. Here are 3 things I wish I knew when I started whatever your niche is. I'm going to feed the CRM blow evidence that we found earlier into my AI and ask it to help me structure this. Now I take those 3 points and I put them over a simple messy desk background like it says on day 3 of the prompts, and I post it. I'm not a tech genius, I'm not a professional editor, I'm just a guy with a case file and a system that actually works. So now we have the evidence, we have the audience, and now you have the traffic system to reach them. But there's still one missing piece. How do you take all of this, the niche, the funnels, the email, and the traffic, and turn it into a $1,000 a week business in the next 24 hours? Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to lay out the exact 24-hour roadmap that you need to follow to launch this investigation for yourself. I'm going to show you the one thing that separates the people who watch these videos from the people who actually do it and ditch their 9 to 5s. Okay, so we've spent this video looking at the crime scene. We've seen the evidence of the conversion gap, that space where desperate business owners are being ignored by the big gurus. We've seen how generic AI is failing the market, and we've seen the human layer system that actually closes the sales. Well, now it's time for the verdict. Affiliate marketing isn't dead. The old way of doing it is the lazy, link spamming, bot-driven way. But in 2026, the money has moved. It has moved away from broad niches and toward acute pain. If you're still sitting on the sidelines waiting for the perfect time or the perfect product, you are letting the most profitable era of the internet pass you by. So please don't watch this and go back to your 9 to 5. I want you to launch your own investigation. So this is your 24-hour roadmap to getting your first money link live. Hour 1 to 4, this is the stakeout. Use the private eye prompt that we discussed earlier. Go to Reddit or Facebook and find one person, just one, who is in that 9 out of 10 desperation zone. Whether it's a payment failure, a CRM nightmare, or a lead gen crisis, just find the pain. Hour 5 to 8, build the safe zone. Download my lead capture funnel template, don't spend hours on it, use the Canva guide to plug in your own headline and your affiliate link. And remember rule 3 from the Mindset Primer, chase progress, not perfection, so just get it live. Okay, hour 9 to 12, the human layer. Open the plug and play email sequence, customize the first 2 emails using your specific words that you found in your stakeout, and make it a lifeline, not a sales pitch. Hour 13 to 24, the hijack. Use the quick start traffic sheet, post 1 short form video, or leave 3 high value comments in the communities where your audience is already hiding. Then point them to your link. Okay, so why am I giving you all of this for free? Well, I'm doing it because I know that out of all of the people watching this, only about 5% will actually take action. Most people will stay in the cycle of learning without ever doing anything. But if you're still here, that tells me that you're part of that 5%. So the Affiliate Starter Pack isn't just a collection of PDFs, it's the case file for your freedom. It's the exact system that thousands have used to take back their lives from their 9-to-5 grind. It contains the funnel that works, the emails that convert, and the traffic strategies that don't cost a dime. So click the link in the description, download the pack, open the Start Here file, and follow step 1. Also, if you found this video helpful, then hit the like button and leave a comment below with the word evidence. It helps me know that you're ready to stop being a spectator and start being an authority. The investigation into the dead niche is now officially closed, and the opportunity is yours. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.